Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2019 horror film Countdown. This is an hour and 30 minutes long, technically an hour 24 with credits. Charlie McDermott plays his character of Scott in this, and he's in two scenes, but he plays it so well because it's just Charlie, and you're like, wow, that's Axel Heck from the middle, obviously. But like the first scene he's in, he's eating cake, and the cake just falls out of his fork, and he still proceeds to eat the cake, and then was like realizing the cake is not there. I don't think he intended that, but that's Charlie. That's just the Axel Heck character of eating cake that falls off the fork regardless. It was very great to see him again on screen. I miss him so much I don't even know him, but I miss his work so much. He did such a great job on The Middle. He did such a great job in every other thing that he's done. Like, he deserves a main character role in everything. It kills my soul that he doesn't get that, and he's so talented. He's ridiculous because he's just not, him as a person is not the characters he plays, and he's such a great actor. It's so cool. So anyway, regardless, the movie is about an app called Countdown, and it gives you a time duration until your death, and then this death demon comes and kills you, right? It's very explained. It's logically explained that there's an actual death demon that's going to come to collect you and kill you one way or another. Even though if you try to avoid death, you're still going to die. Or will you? Unless you figure out a way to beat death by killing yourself, by taking your own life, kind of a thing. Very interesting turn of events. Very quick. What I love about this movie is that it starts out at a high school party. Kids play this drinking game. They download the app. One dies, another dies in a hospital. But then the main character is a nurse at the hospital. It has nothing to do with the kids at the party in the very first scene. It's you think it's going to be about the story of the girl evading death, but it's not, because she dies like 5 minutes in. It's about the nurse who's going to evade death, and her sister who's going to evade death. Her sister played, can't remember the actress, but she's in Annabelle Creation. This girl knows horror, and she plays Nora in Love, Simon's younger sister Nora. Love her. Love her. She does horror so well. Her screams are so believable. It's disgusting when she gets like scared and like the slime out of her nose, and like, great actress. So it's very cool throwing that archaic Christianity kind of aspect to it, the heaven hell aspect, the ritualistic aspect of summoning a demon, how to avoid a demon, make a barrier of salt, speak Latin, like very archaic Christian kind of a thing. But it worked. Even if they took the Christian aspect out of it, I think it would have been fine. I think it would have been better, to be completely honest, because the demonic entity didn't have to be a Christian deity aspect. It could have just been any old death demon from any genre, any mythology. I thought it would have worked great, but I really like the character design. I like that you see the death demon. It's not just this random character. It's like, or a ghost for that matter. It's actually seen. Makeup was great. I like the deaths. I thought they were very intricate. And this is a modern horror film. There's no sex in it at all, which is it's very interesting that it's a late teens horror film, because the aughts horror films are very like torture porn kind of like horror films. We talked about those recently with Hellraiser films. The 2010s decade of horror kind of stayed in there briefly, but then it changed dramatically after many movements. And then here we are now in the 2020s, which is very psych horror, not in that torture porn genre. I'm so happy we got away from that, because there was no point of that gore for the gore factor. And this was that nice little barrier between going from one aspect of the genre to the next aspect of the genre, horror genre. Very well done. It did very well at the box office compared to its, I think it made like 48 million off of a 6 million budget, something like that. Oh, Tachina Arnold is in this as well. She does a great job as Nurse Amy. I hope there's this too, but it's been years. Nothing's been announced. Nothing's been mentioned. I doubt it's going to happen, but it ends with Countdown 2.0 has just been updated or uploaded or whatever to the phone. very, very smart how the coding was in Latin, all these different things. Very, very well done. It reminded me of Happy Death Day. That was a modern that's a modern take. Who did that? Chris Sanders, I think. Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2. He also did that other movie with what's his face? And that girl. I hate when people do that, and I did it for just now, and it happens. It is what it is. But it's that kind of late teens genre of horror. It's modern, it's explained, it's logical in a sense. And I loved it. It was very fast, it was very fun, it had nice jump scares, nice cohesive plot, held my attention. Perfect. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.